Good evening everyone and welcome to Gundam News. And since it's already the 12th in Japan, I feel that it's only appropriate to start off this episode with a toast to one of the channel's mascots, Meyrin Hawk. It's a shame we don't know about the birthday or rollout date of the Gym Custom and the Zaku 3. But what I do know about is that Hobbylink Japan is currently having a massive summer sale that includes everything that's in stock. So to get yourself some cool stuff and also support the channel, use the link down below. I'll drink to that too. On to the other amazing news of the week. Hathaway's Flash finally released, or at least it should be releasing as I'm filming this video. And for those of us outside of Japan, the movie will also be coming soon as a Netflix exclusive. I'll have a link to the announcement trailer down below, and as always, I will keep you updated. The new Gunplas then that were announced this week are also all limited. On the 10th, P Bandai announced 2 new Gunplas, with the first one being a recolor of the Bound Dog. The Bound Dog Gates Kappa version, and well, there's really not much I can say about it. It's an exact copy with a more eye-pleasing color scheme. It launches in October, and it'll set us back 5,500 yen, or around 55 US. I also wonder if we're now going to be getting the non-animated Jared custom colors, which has a much more gaudy yellow and blue color scheme, although it's at the very least the most Titan-esque of the bunch. The second new one then is the high-grade Zaku Desert type double antenna version. Again, there's not really too much I can say about it because it's an almost identical remold of the Zaku Desert type with the single antenna. So as you've probably gathered from the titles of those things, the big difference is the head. And the other differences then are a different color scheme, and we're also getting water slide decals to recreate the camouflage pattern we see in the images. So if you want one for yourself, it's currently slated for an October release and will set you back a not insignificant 2,640 yen, around $25. We also got some more information on the actual mobile suit on the official MSD website, but the information there is essentially the same as its mainline UC counterpart. So if you've seen my Zaku development history on the ground types, you should already know that. And in case you haven't, there is a link up there, and I'll also have one down below. And then some more remolds are available on June the 21st from the Gundam base. First up is the high-grade Gundam Mark II 21st century real-type version for 1,870 yen, around $18, which also comes with a really cool retro-styled box. And the toned-down colors definitely make this feel more realistic than the AUG version. But what I'm the most surprised by was just how good those promotional images make the high-grade look. Like, I had to look twice to make sure that it was just a high grade and not like one of those metal robot Damachi figures or something, because again, damn, that looks good. Then the second one is the significantly less fancy painting model version of the entry grade RX-78-2. You know, as opposed to the normal model kits, which you cannot paint. As you can guess from the name and the images, it's an almost entirely white kit to make it easier for beginners to paint. That being said, I feel like it would have been slightly more effective if everything had been white instead of most of it, but whatever. I don't think anyone watching this is going to be buying it anyways, because if you really want to paint it, you should prime it anyways, and then it doesn't really matter if you buy the normal one or this limited one. And then the final new thing is a clear blue version of the MS Effect 01. It's 2x2 clear beam blade effect parts, which you can use as either a beam saber blade effect part or ram it in the barrel of a beam gun or beam rifle and hope that it works. As for this week's new releases then, unfortunately not a lot happened. On the 9th, we got Mobile Suit Zukan Zaku, which you can interpret either as Mobile Suit Picture Book Zaku or Mobile Suit Field Guide Zaku. You pick which one you like best. And in it, we're getting a history of the Zaku, the impact it had on the war, the innovations it introduced, an interview with Yoshiyuki Tomino, and more. And for 1,980 yen, not even $20, this definitely sounds like a pretty damn good deal. And, well, that's all the new stuff we got this week. In other news though, on the 10th, a new Mobile Suit Girl from Mika Akitaka's MS Shoujo Note got publicly unveiled, the Gelgoog Jaeger. But unfortunately, it kind of follows the same theme as the rest. Parts like the torso and the legs are kind of generic, and then there's some personal touches on the rest of the armor. What I really like is what he did with the skirt armor and kind of made it like, he gave it a frilly look. What I think could have been a bit better though is the helmet. Like, yeah, it looks cool, but at the same time, it takes away a bit from the personality of the actual girl part. And again, it kind of adds to that genericness where just all of the Xeon girls have like their faces covered by a helmet. On the 5th then, Strict G launched their Mobile Suit Gundam Famous Line Collection, featuring famous English lines from the original Mobile Suit Gundam anime. The only problem is they didn't take the official English translations, but they translated them themselves, which doesn't completely line up with the lines that we, the English-speaking world, is used to. So rather than coming across as official merch, in some cases it feels more like a bootleg of official merch. I still do have a place to go home to, and nothing could make me happier. And the worst of all, this is no Zaku! My friend, no Zaku.
This is no Zaku, boy! No Zaku!
Anyways, if you want to rock these somewhat off famous lines, they're available on a t-shirt for 4,180 yen, a tote bag for 2,530 yen, a mug for 1,980 yen, and an acrylic keychain for 990 yen. On the 8th then, Bancore opened reservations for the Shards Counterattack Neo Zeon Family Crest Collection and the Last Shooting Project Collection. Now, the former has the typical Neo Zeon mark transformed into a very nice ornate family crest, along with a Neo Zeon stamp in the bottom right of it, for authenticity's sake. And this very fancy design can be bought on a t-shirt for 3,300 yen, around $30, a tote bag for 2,200 yen, $20, a cushion for 3,850 yen, like $35, a drawstring pouch for 1,650 yen, $15, and an acrylic charm for 880 yen, around $8. The latter then, the Last Shooting Project, is a little bit more varied in the designs that we're getting. We have a blue dress shirt with a small shooting Gundam, and a white one with the Zeong's head being shot. A nice subtle design that also fits well with the type of clothing that it's printed on. And it'll cost you 8,800 yen, like $85. The same then goes for the polo shirts, with a dark navy blue polo with the shooting Gundam, and a Shars red polo for the Zeong head being shot. And these will only set you back 4,950 yen, like a bit under $50. And then we have the more aggressive The Last Shooting t-shirts for 3,300 yen, again around $30. Now, since many of my viewers are American, I would kind of caution you against wearing a t-shirt that says The Last Shooting, especially if you're going to school or something, and especially that baseball cap that you can get for 3,850 yen that doesn't even feature a Gundam on it, so you might not even be able to use that excuse. But if you want a more subtle Last Shooting design on a t-shirt, the following t-shirts on screen are also available for reorders for 3,300 yen. And all of these items from Bancore will be launching in July. In September then, Bankore is bringing us the simple yet extremely good looking, for the Xeon fans at least, Golden Xeon Emblem Collection. There is a long leather wallet for 18,700 yen, like $180, a more standard folding leather wallet for 15,400 yen, around $150, a leather key case for 9,460 yen, $90. I never even really considered putting my keys into something other than just in my pocket, to be honest, and a business card case for 8,800 yen, around $80. And all of these also come with a very fancy box to put them in, with Xeon logo printed on the box. Then there is a tote bag for 15,400 yen and a t-shirt for 3,520 yen. If you want some Xeon bling in your life, this is definitely the way to go, it seems. Pre-order started on the 10th, so go crazy. And then let's wrap up this week's Gundam news with the results of which wing mobile suit we would like to have as the next Gundam wing real grade. And honestly, the winner was no surprise at all. With 46.8% of the votes, the Epyon totally crushed the opposition. Like, they give quite a few reasons for this, like it being a transformable mobile suit, the Epyon not having any ranged weaponry because of its deeper meaning that it has, and the fact that Hero also used it, so it had kind of a broader appeal. But I think they're kind of forgetting about one of the most important reasons. It looks badass. I think that's all a lot of people need. It just looks cool. The Real Great line adds a lot of extra detail and really is able to bring out the coolness of already amazing mobile suits, so the Epyon would just look amazing as a Real Grade. Simple as that. In second place then, with 15.5% of the votes, we have the Death Scythe Hell, which, like I said when I covered this the first time, I care about a little bit less than the normal Death Scythe, but I will still admit it's an amazing looking mobile suit, and I do also think like all of that ornate detail on it and also that double twin scythe would look amazing as a Real Grade. But the third place is what I am the most excited about. When I first covered this, the Taurus was only like 2 votes or so ahead of the Heavy Arms. Not 2%, 2 votes. So really, anything could still happen, but fortunately today I can say,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
because the Taurus scored a whopping 9.3% versus the 8.2% of the Heavy Arms. Again, a reason for celebration. And it's funny to see the confusion of the Gundam.info editorial department as to how a non-Gundam managed to beat all of those Gundams. And the answer they came up with was that people must have really wanted to see the transformation mechanism of the Taurus translated into Real Grade.
You serious?
Gundam.info people, if you're watching this, I would like to suggest to you a different reason as to why the Taurus won. We just really want a model kit of the Taurus. We don't care if it's a Real Grade, a High Grade, or a Master Grade. We just want any model kit of this amazing looking mobile suit. So give the Epyon the Real Grade and give the Taurus a High Grade. And then as for the rest of the results, the Altron Gundam had 5.2%, the Leo 4.2%, the Gundam Sandrock 3.8%, the Gundam Dead Scythe, the normal one, 3.4%, the Shenlong Gundam 2.1%, and all the way at the bottom, the poor Magwanok with 1.5%. So that has been all for this week's Gundam news. Don't forget about the sale going on at Hobbylink Japan, links down below. And as always, a big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I hope everyone watching has a great evening, and I'll see you all next week with more Gundam news.